Hi everyone, Emma here. I'm so excited to show you. So this is my bin. Let me see if I can make this smaller. No, it's the position of the camera. So this is a container that I got from, I think, Walmart. I think they come in like a set of 3 for about $6 on sale. Anyway, I have a bunch of really interesting things that I got at the thrift store, and I thought it would be fun to pull something out and see if we can make something with it. And some of these, like, I think this one is real turquoise. Let's take a look. First of all, I forgot, like, I got these a while ago, so I forgot about them. So, oh, this is, ooh, I forgot I had this. This is kind of nice. Let me see if we can find any information on the clasp. So this does have a little tag. Venom, it's called. So this is inexpensive costume jewelry. Usually you get these at the clothing stores in the mall, and they, at the checkout they'll have, let me get some better light here, by the way. I was doing some stuff on my computer, so my light was not on. So let's get this better now. There, now you can see what's in here. So yeah, this is a really nice one. I think, you know what? Let me adjust the lighting. And I already picked one out, but this looks like something we can repurpose into something spectacular. So we need to put that aside. We could be doing that all day. So this is the one I was looking at. This one. This is a stretch bracelet. And this one has a tag on it too. Let's see what it says. It says MC, and it's got like 2 stars. It's got the pave ball. Although I find sometimes with these pave balls, they tarnish, so the crystal stays nice, so they look a bit dull, but who knows, we could do something with that. Yeah, you can see these are kind of tarnished. And these are just basic glass pearls. But you know what? We could bring some bling to these two, but we're going to put that back, and I'm going to put it in the bag so it doesn't get more scuffed up. But this is what I wanted to look at too. I wanted to look at everything. Who am I kidding? These, I believe, are real turquoise. Just chips by the look of the veining on it. And I'll give you an example of a different one that's not turquoise. And that's these guys. So these are definitely some type of they actually, if you look at this one, it kind of looks like shell that was dyed to make it look like turquoise. But you can see a big difference in the colors. So, but these, you know what, we can still make something fun with these guys. They're looking blue. They're definitely turquoise. I don't know why. Maybe this light here. Let me see if I change it, if it changes that. It should be like a sky blue. Oh well, let me just keep it to white. So it's funny, this is the color of this one, but this is like a really rich sky blue color. It's kind of looking a weird blue. Anyway, moving right along. So I did pick something. So we will get a chance to go through these. You know I love sliders. The part that I like about it is I buy these bracelets for a couple of dollars. using my wife's señorita discount, I call it, because she's a senior. She loves me when I say, honey, can we use your señorita discount? Anyway, I get 30% off, or she does. But I like these because I take one of these and make a bracelet with it. So I'm a cheapy cheap. I like to, so then I get a bunch of bracelets out of one slider. And look at these lovely sliders. There's these. I've made some bracelets and necklaces with these incredible sliders. Look at this thing. This is amazing. Take these apart, make individual. I wanted to recreate this bracelet with the with some leather. You could do some cording too. And then here's some more sliders. These I like too. So, and then look, I found this crazy chain. I couldn't believe it. Now, the color is a bit blah. I would like it if it was like a high yellow. So, I might patina these with the vintage. You know what I should do is I should take 2 links off, do one with vintage and one with swelligant, and decide which one I want to keep, and then do the rest and do a big nice choker with that. So here's some more. These are lovely. So you can imagine one of these with some beading on the edges, and look, it's got gold too. Let me adjust this. This must be too close. There. But there's tons of stuff. Oh, look at these. This one I got at Walmart on clearance, and I loved it because it's pretty just the way it is. But again, I would use one individual, and then you could actually put a cabochon or some type of crystal on that as well. So I was like, yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it. Then there's this one. And this one is lovely. So yeah, you can tell I'm into it. And then these, I couldn't believe these. This was one bracelet, so you can imagine. And because they're a bit dull, I would totally take these and do a patina on them. And there's some lovely ball chain and wood beads and stuff. Okay, so are you ready for it? Let's put this aside. I covered it up because I didn't want you to see the big secret reveal. Put that there. So this is the one that we're going to do on the next one, I think. It's really nice. Where did I put them? Don't tell me. Oh, here they are. Ta-da! So I have had these in one of these are those little containers that you buy them at the dollar store. They're 10 for $1, and they come with a lid and everything. So I use them as potential project containers, and it's also great. Like I put stuff in it, like my scissors and needles and some thread and stuff, and put it on my bead tray to take downstairs as well. So there's lots of uses for it, but I like it because it's clear. So when I have these stacked up and I'm looking for a project to work on, I can see through it. So this has been on my desk forever. I don't know why. I get busy and I get distracted. Look, these are amazing. I couldn't believe it when I saw them. So I think I got these at the Salvation Army store. And the Salvation Army store here has just started doing, you buy, they're like $3 a bag, and they come in a baggie like this. So there could be multiple things in the bag. But then if you buy 3 bags, you get, I think it's 3 bags for $5 instead of $3 each. So that's pretty good. So yeah, I saw these and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm buying these for sure. And right away, these are earrings. Nice and heavy, chunky earrings. They're lovely for the 80s. We all wore them. You know what? It's coming back, so you could still use them. And they are, let's just take, they're actually, these must have been new because they're still like the post looks really good on them. There is a stamp here, something UNG. Let me see if we can see it better on the other one. Sung, S-U-N-G, Sung. So that must be the company that makes these. But anyway, I thought we could take this and use it as a pendant on a pearl necklace. So that's what we're going to do. So I did pull out one of my pinch bales that I got at Butterfly Beads. So the color's not exactly the same, but I think once we get everything together, you're not going to notice it that much. And I just thought of something with this. Now this one has a big hole, so your beads are going to come out through the side of these. And the idea is I want to do multi-strand pearls, but that might be an issue with this. So anyway, we have a bunch. I have a bunch of pinch bales, so we may have to figure that out. So let's take a look at what I have pulled out for this project. Again, I covered it up for the reveal because it looks amazing. Oh my god, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, this is crazy. Look, this is what we're gonna make. Isn't that amazing? These are pearls from Michael's, and I got these pearls at buy one get one free, so basically 50% off. And this is how they come. There's 4 strands, different size strands, and I just went like this basically and set it up. Now initially I was gonna do all 4 sets, but I was trying to figure out a way to attach them. So I want to attach them to this chain. This is lovely. You know what? Let me move this out a bit so you can see everything. So this is lovely chain that I got from AliExpress. It was 2 meters. They're 10 by 7 millimeter for $4. Let's pull that out. So I want to put it on the chain. I wasn't sure if I want to do, and I'm still not sure, if I want to do 2 strands of chain maybe together. But I was trying to figure out a way to attach these because I kind of like the way they round like this. So now let's enlarge this to get an idea. And put our pearl like that. So I've been messing around. I did come up with these chandeliers, so I think this will work. Now this has 3 holes, so I thought, well, maybe if I put a chandelier like that and just remove this big one. And you know what? Kind of goes small, medium, large, and then this with the drop pearl. I think that would be amazing. And then we can attach, where's the end? We can attach 1 strand of chain on it. And I have this lovely clasp we can put at the back. So I think that's what we're going to do. And one of the things I was thinking of doing was putting it at the end like this. But you see how you're missing beads here. And I was working on maybe doing something like this to get them to match up. But then you end up with the same problem. You're missing beads. So instead of opening another package, because I have a few packages of these beads, instead of opening in a new package, I'm just going to remove the extras so that it fits. Now, I really like this. I think we should do it with that. It really, it's hard to say. Let me see here. Because the chain's kind of blingy, maybe this bar would be better. But here's the thing with this bar, so I think that's why I picked. The bar has holes on both sides. So they're kind of meant to go in between, and then you attach it to something. So I think we'll leave that out. And I did pull out these too, so you could do that. And these are readily available. They sell these at Michael's as well. So that would actually that might. But it's got a bit of dark patina, so you know what? Let's look up close to this and try and decide. So it's really pretty. But then we go like that. That really makes it elegant. And you know what? These rounded curls kind of matches these knots, these rounded kind of Celtic or Chinese knots. So yeah, maybe we should. Yeah. Okay, so that chain, and we still have another one for another necklace. And we can decide how this is gonna go on. Maybe because we have the big beads here, we'll put this on the bottom one. The problem I have with that is I'm worried that the weight of this will pull this one down and then you'll get a gap, and I really want these together. And they definitely won't fit together, but if we had a connector here like that. Okay, so let's work this through here. So that goes like that. Now this is too big a connector. I do have some other connectors that might hold those together. I don't know that these would work. Actually, the holes do seem to line up. Ooh, actually, that kind of looks interesting. So we got 3 on that side, 3 on this. Ooh, that looks very regal. I don't, just saying. And then those on the corner. Oh, look at that. That's interesting. Okay, can we do it? So I pulled a bunch of other stuff. I'm gonna set those things aside. Let's put this one back. And we'll put it in the baggie to go back in the pile of goodies. Now I'll put that other one in there. So we got the chain. And I did pull out my my graphic for the length. I have it in centimeters. I couldn't find my inches one. It's somewhere really close by, but I organized my desk, so who knows? I think it needs to be at the 50 centimeter mark, don't you think? 50 or 42. So I say we go with the 50. So that'll adjust the chain because we only have so many beads of these, so that will match that. So let's go ahead and do work on a 50. So we'll put this one together here, and then we will add the chain according to what we have left. So let's put the chain aside. We need those guys. We're gonna need, let me put that in with the other stuff here. We're gonna need some wire. And so I would normally use a gold wire for this, but this is that really thin stuff that I bought by accident. It should be thicker. It would probably still work. Let me see how, oh, it's really strong. Let's go for it, I think. Because I like when you see the wire, you know, attached to here, that it matches the color. Now we could always put a gold guardian. Let me bring out those. Let's see. I don't particularly like the guardians I have. I find they look and feel cheap. And of course, I can't find them yet for organizing your stuff anymore. Okay, so here, let's so if we use the wire guardian, we could use a gold crimp, the wire guardian, and just the heavier duty silver wire, and I'll show you that one. So this is the difference here. Let's enlarge this so you can see. So this one is 0.30 and this one's 0.46 millimeter. They're both 7-strand, and that's what I was looking at, and I forgot to check this area here. So you can see, let me pull this out. There's the thickness of that. Look at how thin. I don't know if you can see that. Look at the difference. Let me see on here. So yeah, let's use this because the pearls are heavy and the stuff's heavy. So let's do that with the wire guardians. So we're going to need 6 wire guardians. Okay, there's 2, 4, 5, and 6. Ooh, and I just found something. You think I didn't know what I have. Look at these guys. But actually, no, this, yeah, you could take this one off too. So you could do something like that. But you know what? That's a little more, what's the word I'm thinking of? The style in the 1920s. I don't know, the word just is not coming to me. It's very graphic looking compared. Oh, I that. I was going to say here, but this is a closed jump ring. So let me just put this aside and think about this if we can use this somehow. So let's start out by, let's put these guys here to begin with, and let's rip this tag off. So we're going to work off of the length of this to begin with, and then we'll pull some off. It doesn't matter if we have extra thread or extra wire. So yeah, I'm not going to measure it at this point because when we get them on the wire, we will bend it and decide where we want stuff. So let's take about a little bit more, and we'll get a couple of these guys. And I pulled out my tools and I forgot my clippers. So, that's interesting. This clipper is offset. These are, I got these on Amazon for between $7 and $10. I think I paid $7 when I went back. Somebody asked me about them. They were up to $10. They're great. Because remember that this wire is, it works better as you get closer to the edge. This wire is coated in like a nylon, so it sometimes is hard to cut. So I'm just using the other one to measure. These are like a lot more than what you need, but that way, that's why I buy the big spool, so I have lots of it. Okay, let's put this guy away. Not too far, because never fails. You end up needing it again. And then you're like, oh, where is it? So let's start with one. I think what I'd like to do, because I want to attach it straight up, let's get the crimp tubes. I like to attach it directly to one of these guys here. I think we should, because when we start to remove, we can always remove from the other end. The best way to do this, though, if you're starting out or if you're an expert, definitely don't follow my instructions. The best way to do it is to use your bead bugs and then adjust everything and then attach them. Because you know what happens, you end up having to cut it off. So there's that. So let's start with because I'm going to attach it directly to start with. And I'm just looking to see if these are two-sided. They're the same on both sides. So we're going to start with the bottom strand. And let's just take a look at it again. So if we bend this, see, it's hard because it's on. Let me see if I can cut these off here. Try and remove it from the cardboard and untie it here. There. Neat. Get rid of this paper, cardboard. There. That's what I wanted to do. Don't you love it when a plan comes together? Okay, so I want to roll this into a semicircle. And these guys are all stuck together here. Let me adjust this a bit. And we can get rid of this one. We can do a bracelet with this. Ooh, let's do a bracelet with this one after. Aren't you glad you came and played with Emma? Emma is unstoppable. I want to play. Okay, so I'm just trying to get them. Oh, let's get them into the knot on the bottom. There, on the other side. Okay, so let's start to roll. So this is the shape we want. So what is going to happen, let's pull this down so you can see this, is we need the shape to go like this because it's got to angle a bit. And then this one is going to go, let's move these guys out of the way. This one's going to go a bit further like that. And then bring this down. Bring it down. This actually, we could probably do this without, because if you look at the other side, it's matching up pretty good. So this might work. That. Almost. You know, like I said, we'll do the one side and see where it takes us. So we may not need to adjust it. But we got to remember, we're going to do this. And we're going to do this on that guy. And you know what? Let's get this ready too. So let me get my old clippers and cut the ear post off of this because we don't need it. And it seems to be on an even bigger post. Let me enlarge that for you. So see, there's another post there, but I don't think that'll get in the way of your necklace. So let's just go for this one here. And oh, these are my good ones. Oh, I have 2 sets. I know why I have 2 sets. Because when I went to rebuy some of these, I went to buy a set for my sister, and it was cheaper to buy 2 sets at a time. So I actually have 2 sets of those. I need my really bad ones that I'm not worried about damaging, so because this stuff might be too hard. So this is a set. Actually, I got these at Beadalon and they broke. But you know what? It was my fault they broke. I was using it for something like this. So I can't really blame them. It's not meant for hardened steel. So I'm just gonna clip that like that. And it is a bit scratchy, so I'll show you a little trick. Find my bead reamer. So if you see your bead reamer has some rough edges, and it's rare that I use this bottom part. So I'm just gonna hold it over there and sand it down a bit. Smooth, smooth. It's a smoothie smooth. Perfect. That's amazing. I'm impressed. And the pearl's in good shape too. I think somebody bought these and maybe wore them once. There's a little, I was gonna say there's a scuff mark, but it's not, it's dirt. It's coming right off. Look at that. Like some rubbery glue or something. Ta-da. Okay, so let's put this aside for now. Okay, so you know what? I think I changed my mind. I'm going to use my bead stoppers because there's too much going on here. I want to make sure that I get the right amount of beads and everything. I suspect we're going to be pulling these off multiple times. So let's grab enough for 3 strands. So we need 6 of them. So grab these like that. So we'll take our first one and attach that way. And let's do, so let me think about this here for the orientation. So we have, let's count the biggest beads and go from there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So it's 25, which, if I want to put this in the middle, it's not going to really work. So let's drop down to 24. So that means I pull one of these off. I'm going to put it aside. And then we need 12 beads. So I think what I'll do is, well, I guess what we can do, let's start by adding this. And then we're going to add this and then put beads on each side. That makes better sense. So let me open this a bit so I can get it on there. This is my trick for opening, is opening it through the front. That way you don't scratch up the outside. And I think I need to, oh, there we go, like that. These are pretty soft, so I should be able to close it like that. And you could like crisscross it, But you know what? I think we'll leave it. Oh, that looks really pretty. But look what I did. I put it on backwards. These are, I've done this a lot with these ones. You think I would learn? It's staying slightly open. Let me see if there. That's the way it should be with all the nice sparkly on the front. Okay, so let's put this on here. So put that on first onto our wire. Then, so we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So there's where that's going to go. But then we want these guys in there. So if we have 12 on one side, what if we did at the 4 mark on each side? How that would look. Let's bring them together. Let me try 5. I think the 5 mark looks better. And then, yeah, 5. Okay, so now we need 5 on each side. So let's take, so these are, you know what, I threw the package. Let me tell you what kind of beads these are, because these are really pretty. So these were a set that when I got them, I was really disappointed, because what they called them does not look what they are. These are matte pink pearls. They look like cream. Now, these actually look a little pink, but they're definitely not pink. But you know what? I love them. So, happy mistakes. So I bought a bunch of them, and then I got a set, and then I ended up at the same problem again. And you know, you forget that you've ordered, or you want to order more, and then you realize that they're the same ones that weren't pink. Because you know, I love pink. So I'm kind of pausing to think here. I don't want this to scuff up this. So I am thinking about a bead cap here to see if that would take care of that. So let's get out the bead caps. I have some basic ones, and then I thought I might have had some really fancy ones, but I don't know. Okay, there's some. Oh, I found my Christmas ornaments. Dangles. We have to make some Christmas stuff. Okay, so this is what I was talking about. I have these, and then, so these ones were a little more expensive. And I have a set. Actually, these look pretty nice. Let me see. I don't know if they're the right size though. And I don't know if they will match with the, like they may move around too much because of this piece here. Let's try it. Let's put, first of all, I think I'm going to put one on each side. So maybe the middle bead is going to have a bead cap on each side. And then this. And then one of these. I don't know why I'm whispering. Don't tell anybody, but we're beading. We're having fun. We're having fun. There's, oh, actually, this looks pretty awesome. The more sparkle, the better. Come play with me. Okay, then these will have the straight up pearls. And let's take this one off and put a pearl on that side and see what it looks like. There's going to be a lot of stuff on this. It's a good thing I'm not thinking about where you're going to wear this. Here, they're talking about how many people you can have in your house at Christmas. So I think you're allowed gatherings of 20. No, it might be even 10 inside and then 50 outside. So it's looking very blingy. I don't know if I'm feeling it. But let's take the next step and go this way. Add on one of the sliders, which I got at Michael's too. Yeah, this is looking way too blingy. And actually, I feel like it's this that's the problem. Let me see what else I have. I have these here, but these look kind of junky to me. I wonder if it's just these two need to come off. Do you know what I should do? Is I should put a gold bead in here to separate it so that these don't bang on this. I think that's what it is. I mean, these are really pretty, but once you look at them from the side, you don't get that really neat design. So, okay, so let's just do that. I'm looking at all this. Let me show you what's on my screen now. There's going to be a lot of organization after this. Okay, so, ta-da! Let's take a look. So I would put something that's not going to be too evident. One of these is probably all I need. I don't know if that's going to be enough. And the color doesn't quite match. I like these, but they're heavy, so it's going to add. But you know, it looks good. Okay. I'll put this. I can't think about the putting stuff away because let me see if this goes over this. Okay, so it does separate it. That's perfect. That's kind of what I was looking for, is to prevent it from scratching up the pearls. Yeah, so they don't go through all the way. That actually looks really nice. I need to enlarge this so you can see. So that's what it's going to look like. Perfect. Perfecto. You could, let me see what this looks like. Put one of these here to make it look like it's part of those two beads, and then do the pearls. So let's get 5 on here. See what that looks like. One more. And then one of these. the opposite direction. And we need, oh, look what happened. It got hooked on my shirt and pulled everything off. Let's see if we can slide that on. No, it doesn't want to go. I should have put my bead bug on right away. Okay. I will put the bead bug on this time before I go to the other side. And actually I'm going to put the slider on as well. And it's going to go like this. Oh, you know what? This one doesn't have a hole in the middle. Where's the other one? We'll try and open that with the bead reamer. Oh yeah, that's going to be nice. Oh, that's going to be pretty. Okay. So let's let me put all one side on. So I'm going to add the bead bug to this side so it doesn't go anywhere. So we are going to need 5 for that side. And then I guess the rest is going to go on. So it's not going to matter. Just split this up. We've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, so 6. Oh wait, and there's 2 more, so 7. Put one there. I will double count that. 2, 4, 6, 7, and 5. Okay. Let's see what we come up with. So let's move this. Let's see if we can fix this. Get my bead reamer. So yeah, you can see the hole is closed. Let's see. Sometimes it's just the finish. Although that does, oh, that's solid right through. I have a hole punch. I don't know if it would work on this. I'm just going to try this without damaging anything. No, I think that's a Ixnay on that one. Where did I pull those out of? Let me see my containers. That's the Christmas stuff. Sliders box. There we go. So this is my one slider box. there's more. The lighting's kind of dark. So yeah, there's these guys. Oh, look. Wait, you can see I have 2 sets. And you know what? I probably have more because I have a drawer full of Michael stuff. So I still will hang on to this, see if I can, you know, if I need to do a 2 hole one, that would work. So actually I'm gonna leave it in a separate slot so that I don't end up grabbing it for something else. So okay, let's get these guys on. So I'm just looking at the time. Usually these kind of crafts, I say crafts, beading that I do with the thrift store stuff goes a lot faster, but I think this is a little more intricate, and look at how amazing that looks. So I am gonna move these guys over and put a bead stopper on this end. And I will do the other side. And so we need 5 to start with. And the slider. So just remember your orientation. You need it to the front, so there's a top and a bottom. And because this is our bottom strand, this is what it's going to look like. Let's take a look. Put that over like that. Oh my goodness. There's cat hairs here. That's going to look amazing. This is going to look just stunning. Yeah, you know what? Perfect. The gold there. It really kind of outlines this area. So that's awesome. So let's add the rest of the beads. There should be 7 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I like counting multiple times because it wouldn't be the first time I made something and went, how come it's lopsided? Why is there so many beads on this one side? Nobody's gonna notice. Wow. Oh, this is pretty. It's very pretty. Okay, we're gonna put this on here. Then we're going to get the next strand going. So the next strand is this one here. So this one doesn't have a middle. Well, I guess it does in some sense because... So here is where the trouble begins. I thought this was going to be easy. This is supposed to be simple. Let's do our... I'm going to bring the bead stopper down so the beads don't move around too much. Okay, because this is what we want. We want it to kind of come down a bit, like that, which means these have to come down as well. So the amount of beads you're going to use is different than if it was straight out. So let's see if we can do an approximation. So I think we're looking at that amount. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so let's do 15. 2, 4, 6, 10, and 5. Okay. So I'm going to go from the middle out. So we're going to add our 15. This way we can adjust it if it's not right. And I'm going to put a bead stopper on this. I have a bad feeling it's going to slide off. Do, do, do. So our street's been quiet lately. They are totally tearing up the path that goes along the sports fields, which is at the end of our street, which our street is a dead end, and there's sports fields and schools and stuff. So like the kids walk through from school morning, noon, at the end of the day, and then the dog walkers. So it's been quiet. Okay, so let's go through here. If you go through the back, you can see where your wire is going through. So now I can I'm going to switch the bead stopper to the other side so it doesn't come loose. Then I think that's going to work. So take a look at this side and pull it through and flip that. This is really, so it looks like you could probably, I think if you, let me see here, pull it that way. It might still, you see what's happening, but I'm pretty sure it's going to lay this way, but how sure? I could always attach the two other strands. We have 15, it's not going to work. I think I'm going to leave it and see what happens. Famous last words. Where are all the other beads? Oh, they're right here. I was like, what the heck? I didn't use them all. So now we have 4, 8, 10, 18. So 9 on each side. Okay, where am I? Let's put these on. Yeah, we have a lot of dog walkers, and the big thing is with the isolation, people were home. So if you were working away from home before and all of a sudden and you wanted a dog, you're like, well, it's not fair to the dog, you're never home. So people started getting dogs either from the rescue or buying them. So that, like, our street's kind of a go-between street because of the path that goes at the end of our street through the sports fields. So people like to walk their dogs through the sports fields and throw balls and play and stuff like that. So this looks good on this side. Take a look. It actually is matching up. So that's a good sign. Take this one off and add the last 9. I'm getting to know all the dogs' names. I'm so nosy. So the people are walking the dog like, yeah, what's your dog's name? Some pretty funny names. There's a, oh gosh, a bulldog name. I want to say Snot, but it's not Snot. It's very close to it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, but it looks like it's not exactly. I guess it's the same. Okay, so let's do the tiny one. See how that works. So let's do the same idea where we, let's say there. We can always adjust it accordingly. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 21. We'll do 20 and see. We may have to add another strand of these guys because there's not going to be much on the end because this is what's left. Well, no, there's more because I had some on the side, so let's just take this all off here. So this is what happens with Michael's pearls. You see the flakiness coming off, and this happens. So it's come off. But when they're side by side, you don't see that. So get my next strand. I am going to go through the hole, the top hole. Like that. And I'm going to put a bead stopper on that. Okay. Now, let's see, like 20 or 21. Let's see if we can get these. So these I find hard to string because the finish is clogging the holes like that. So flip it to the other side. There. So you can't see that missing finish. Another one. There. We have a potbelly pig named Rupert on our street. I've probably told you this before. So when I see they just had a baby, I guess she's probably a year or more now because she's walking and pushing a stroller. She's so cute with her little baby doll stroller, pushing it all over the place. And she's fast, man. She's a runner. But so whenever I see her with her mother, I say to my wife, "Look, it's Rupert's mom." Rupert's the pig. Rupert's like 3 times as big as the little girl. They had to build a ramp to go from the back steps up to the house because the pigs can't go up steps. I'm trying to think. There's a corgi named, I want to say they named him Gerard. No, it's not Gerard. It's something that if you shortened it could be like something like Gregory, so then the shortened version would be Greg. Gilbert. The corgi's name is Gilbert. I knew it was a G name. I cracked up when I heard that. I was like, really? Gilbert. They were laughing too when I started laughing. So next time I see them, I'm going to have to ask, why did you name your dog Gilbert? So Gil for short. There, look it. Isn't that pretty? So, you know, what you could do is maybe a jump ring to connect these two if you needed to. And you know what? I do have these like bars that are like connector bars that are really thin. Let me see. I think they're all silver though. Let's see if I can find them before I add this all together. Because it would really be nice if it stayed together and didn't separate, but oh my gosh, this is all from this thrift store and Michael's and AliExpress and butterfly beads and yeah, my whole stash. I think I'm just going to leave it. We will make another one of these and decide how we want to connect them. So there's 5. Take another 5 there. Go 5 on this side, 5 on that side, and we have 2 and 2. 1 and 1. Of course, there's an uneven number, so we'll put it there. Put her there. Put her there, old pal. That reminds me of It's a Wonderful Life. Two of my favorite movies, It's a Wonderful Life and The Wizard of Oz. Yeah. I can't imagine, it's interesting when with that movie, It's a Wonderful Life, the idea of him jumping off the bridge. Watching it didn't seem like, it just seemed like a story. But when you think of it, it's pretty deep and dark because, I've dealt with depression, and especially around the holidays, or especially around finances. That's another big trigger. And then feeling alone in the world and like insurmountable problems. So I almost feel like they were not, they were doing it lightly, but you know what? It was Hollywood back then, so. Okay, so let's go to the other side and add our beads. See what we got. This is looking amazing. And it doesn't even matter that the wire's silver. My computer fan just turned on, so if you hear that noise, that's what it is. It's, I don't know, as they get older, the components heat up faster, so the fan comes on. And you know what? I'll tell you another thing. It doesn't seem right, but I find when I have Pinterest open, and I'm going to shut it right now. When I have Pinterest open, there you see the fan's going off. I just turned it off. It takes a lot of power, I think, Pinterest, because it keeps loading the images. I keep my computer on because I put it on a page that has a lot of white, and actually the light helps light up my video. So that's a trick you can use if you do YouTube videos. There is the last part. Oh my gosh, this is looking amazing. So let's put the last one on here and see what we come up with. Holy, this is awesome. Let me look at this. This is looking amazing. Let me pull this one out of it. Okay, so I can kind of... So it does hang down a bit, but you know what? I think part of that is how heavy it is. But like I was thinking, did I miss a bead here? Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yep, I missed one. I think we could probably... But you know, I don't want them separated. So I think we should leave. What's that saying? Leave well enough alone. I wonder if I took one bead off of each side of here, if it would tighten it. So then it couldn't move down. It's worth a try. That could be an easy fix. Let's just do it this way. Put that back on. So I am having a deja vu moment right now. And I know that's a bit of a cliche, but when I go manic, I have them. They're so intense. Sometimes I can tell you what's going to happen next. That's how intense they are. And that's happening right now. And I'm like, that's weird. That's weird. But you know what? It's no wonder. I'm doing beading. How many times have I done beading? So it wouldn't take a genius to think that I had that feeling of being here before. So I'm going to put that there. Put this back through. I think this actually is going to work. The wire through. It's, no, that's not going to work. I think it would have worked with the extra. I wonder if we put 2 small beads on each end. But I think it would look weird. Because with that one there, let's see, so then it's not going to move. No, let's put them back on. Let's let them do their thing. I mean, the other option is to put a pearl in there. But I think we've been messing around with these variations for long enough. It's time to get it finished. That's going to go on here because I took it from the wrong pile. Okay. Put these guys in. So what other Christmas movies or cartoons do you like? We used to love the Rudolph, and I always liked the Charlie Brown. So these come out here. Put this one back on. And this one in here. And these guys. Oh, Christmas Vacation. That's a staple. And you know, it's funny, of course, for Thanksgiving, we used to watch Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. John Candy's from Canada. He, when he passed away, the all-girls school, private school that I went to, the service was at the Basilica where that was associated with our school because it was all run by nuns. So we were asked to, our choir was asked to sing at his service. There. Okay, so let's get the rest on here and let's move this over here like this and attach it to the chandeliers. Got one here. I move stuff aside. Let me see here. There we go. There's another. And we're going to use, so we need one of those and 3 of those. They do have names. So I'm going to start with the big ones. What the heck? So jump ring. Let me open this and bring this over here. So the jump ring. And I always hang on to it, but you know what? These holes are big, so we don't have to worry. We're not going to lose them in the hole. Then remember the positioning of your jump ring or your chandelier. So bend it over, put it through, excuse me, like that. And I'm just going to bring it. Right. I wanted to put the wire guardian here because I don't want to see the silver. Okay, so I'm going to need a bunch of these then. I need my jump ring, my crimp bead, jump ring, or wire guardian, sorry. Getting silly now, and we might have to open this a bit because those holes are a little big. Put that in there, and put that through. Let's see if we can get it through the hole at the same time, like that. Put it through, and let's pull it through. There. So there, now it's going to be all gold. So I'm kind of like, I'm doing it this way. Normally I would cinch it up, the wire and stuff, but then when we go to do the other side, we're going to push everything down. So that's why it's looking the way it's looking. So now let's squeeze this a bit. Not too much because we want it to be able to move a bit. And you might want to do it with your... And I'm going to bring that right up to the edge and get my crimper tool. See if we can get in here. We're going to use the last hole. This is a double crimper tool that I got at Beadalon. So it has a middle one, which is a micro one. So let's get it in the last hole there, like that. And pinch it down. That. Then turn it and go to the last hole, which is going to fold it over like that. Make sure that's nice and snug. Perfect. Then we are going to clip this here, this end. There. Perfect. So we're going to keep doing that for the rest. And you can either leave it like this, or you can put a crimp cover over that. So we'll take a look when we get to the end. So now remember which strand you're on. Let me let's see if you can see that a little better. So now we are on our second or our middle strand, which is the middle size bead. We're going to put our crimp tube on and a wire guardian. And like I said, we're going to just kind of pull it open a bit. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it through right away, like that. And then I'm going to add it to the second hole of your chandelier. Let's just make sure this is turned around correctly. So you can see these loops are quite large. So that's why we opened up the wire guardian. So now you can kind of squeeze it closed a bit. And we're going to grab our crimp tube and cinch it up. Like that. Get our crimping tool in the last slot. And I'm kind of holding the wires open a bit. And pinch that. Then bring it to the last spot and turn it 90 degrees and squeeze it closed. And just double check to make sure that one didn't fold over as nice as, and I left a little space. So definitely I would probably want to cover that with a crimp cover. So make sure you cut the correct line here. And make sure there's no sharp edges. We're going to need some more of these guys. Okay, so there's our two strands. Let's show you what it looks like. There. Okay, now the next one, which is the tiny beads. We're going to put a crimp tube on and a wire guard on, fold it over, pull it on like that, and put it on the last hole. We might have to open this, I forgot. Oh, that went on pretty good. And we'll squeeze that in, that, and let's get this crimp tube on here. I'm gonna switch hands here. Make sure I get this all the way up. And squeeze, and then go and turn and squeeze. Nudge it a bit. Clip this. Okay, those are done. So now let's cinch them all down from the other side. And yeah, so I think I probably will put some crimp covers on that. And those starting to look amazing. So let's go ahead. Wow, I must be rambling because this took a long time. So for this side, be sure to cinch it up when we go to do this side. So let's go ahead and do the first one. Because you don't want any spaces anywhere. So let me grab one of these wire guardians. And we're going to fold it over, put it through like that, and get our other chandelier. And remember your orientation, so this is going to attach to the chain. So this is going to be your bottom. So let's put it through the wire. And like that. Squeeze that tight. Oh, and we got to put the, I forgot to, let me just find some space here. I forgot to put it through the crimp tube. Might just put it through the bead too. Here, let's bring that out a bit. It's getting caught on the finish from the pearl. I think I got it through there. There we go. Let's see if we can get this through without damaging our wire. Okay, so we need to pull this down some more. I might need my pliers here. Wonder if it's getting caught on something. Yeah, there. So double check that everything is tight. That looks tight. And these wire guards are getting hooked on these. Maybe I should have put jump rings to attach them. Okay, so let's close this jump ring, crimp bead. Squeeze, turn to the next one, and fold over. And then clip your end. Hey, honey. My wife's hovering around the door. This is a long time for a video. Usually it's no more than an hour or so. There. Perfect. This is going to be incredible. I may have made it too tight on the bottom, so we'll see how that plays out here. Okay, let's do the middle one. Crimp tube, wire guardian, and I'm going to, sorry, you know why I'm off to the side, because that's the way, like that's the end of my camera, and the camera's in the way for me seeing what I'm doing. So let's grab this second one here. So I keep going off to the side so I can see. Let's pop that in there. It doesn't want to go in because I really should have opened it a bit. There we go. Okay. The crimp tube, sorry, I'm just going to move over here. The crimp tube got onto the wire guardian. So let's get this in here. And through the bead. You don't have to go through the bead, but I'll tell you what happens if you don't go through the bead and then you go to cut it, you scratch your bead. so that's why I'm doing it this way. There. So that needs to be, see if I can get that through there. You see here. I want it to line up with the other, so that's why I'm being really particular about how tight it is there. And I'm just going to double check my other beads are in the right spot. So crimp, and then that crimp didn't work very well. There, that's better. The odd time I get one that doesn't want to fold properly. Okay, and we will, I guess you could scratch this bead as quick as you could scratch the other, but this is starting to look amazing. Get rid of these guys. Okay, do the last one. We need a crimp tube and a wire guardian. That I'm gonna like open it a bit and see if I can get it on here. Yeah, it works better if you loop it through first. For me anyway, like that. Okay, then put it through your last hole and through, I don't know if I'll get 2 wires through this small bead, but we'll try. Let's get the crimp tube on first. There. That does not want to get in there. No, so we'll leave it. We'll do the best to get it in the right position. Okay. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. It is a bit tight. These silly wire guards are getting hooked up a lot. But there we go. Let me see if I can get these in the right. Squeeze this closed. And oops, pop that up a bit. Close this one up. There, and then turn it. And fold it over. Where's my clippers? So this is looking amazing. Look at this. So you can see how these wire guards are kind of hooked. There. So maybe jump rings in there. And it could be just those holes are kind of big. But look at this. This is amazing. So there it just going again. I may have to restring these. I don't like the way that's getting hooked up all the time. I wonder if I open them a bit with my nail. There. That seems to give them a little space to move around. And it could be the wire is twisting a bit and it's wanting to go up. There. Okay, that's better. Sweet. Okay, so let's move these guys in there. We need to hook up our chain. Let's grab. So we wanted to figure out the dimensions. So we need to know how much chain we need. So we wanted to do 50 centimeters. So let's start by measuring it about straight like that. So there is 25 centimeters. So we need another 25. So let's say the clasp and 12 on each. So I don't know why I put my ruler away. Okay, what did I say? 12. Okay, so there's 12. And let me see if I can open this without damaging it. These are super secure. I've done them in the past and they get damaged, so I end up just not bothering and cutting it. So there's one. I'm going to do the next one. I'm going to leave that piece on there. Where are we? Do it about here. So we can attach what we need to attach to it. So there's our chains there. So I think what we're going to do is use one of these jump rings. I think a middle-sized one might fit, yeah. So let's start with this one. Oh, these are closed. I need an open jump ring. Never mind, I have some over here. I was thinking because this is open. So why don't we attach the clasp first? And we're going to need jump rings for that, so it's not going to matter. So let's take that one off. These loose ones aren't going to do me any good. I was hoping by keeping them open I could use them. And so they're about the same size. So let's get our jump rings. These are nice gold-plated jump rings. And get our tools here. And the chain. Almost forgot. I was going to close it without the chain on it. There. Like that. Okay, and then this is going to get attached to the necklace. So this is like this. Yeah, I don't know if you could see that, but the wire and the jump ring are really getting hooked. It's not what doesn't make me happy, that's for sure. But I will fix it if I have to. So there is that part there. Open this one up. And some of these, like these chains, you have to be careful. The loops are not completely closed. I don't know if you can, let me show you. So it's not completely closed. So just be aware of that to go in and squeeze them in a bit. And let me make sure this is there. And then, so here's the other thing is, let's make sure the orientation of the clasp is correct. So we want it going like that. And like that. So another jump ring. Like that. So if you end up getting your bracelet on, or your necklace on there, and the like the chain and the orientation of the clasp is like flipped to the back and whatever, you can always just add a link to here or add a jump ring, you know, that kind of thing. Play around with it. And oh my gosh, so let's see if we can show you what this looks like. Move some of this stuff off my mat. See, I think it's the wires making this rigid. There. That is lovely. So there you go. Thanks for hanging in there. It should not have taken an hour and 45 minutes, but oh my God, look at this. All from this one little piece and some Michael's pearls. Like, none of this was really super expensive, although you kind of have to have a stash to do it. I kind of like to do stuff where there's not a huge amount of stuff involved so that anybody can do it. But if you can't do that, at least some of these things you can get pretty easily. So there you go. Take care, everybody, and I'll see you in the next video.